For most people, retirement is the time to slow down, if not maybe kind of stop altogether. But not for Emma and Pat. When they stopped growing grain on a massive commercial scale, they started a whole new venture. And they decided to grow really good quality Irish grain for food and not feed in a very sustainable way. Oh yeah, and if that wasn't enough, they decided to start a second business and open a mill to turn the grain into flour.
Our aim always was that we weren't going to do this in a half-hearted way.
Okay.
This was going to be done right or not at all. So we started off thinking that we would grow the spelt and work with the miller to mill it. But we decided actually through our own investigations and looking at other growers and millers and farming in the UK and people who had done it ahead of us, that we would actually take it ourselves to the next level. Spelt is unusual. It's actually encased in a shell. So you extract it, and once that actually is done, it goes through a cleaning process. And then literally we just load it up into the mill and off we go. We turn the mill on. I know that sounds
like
simple,
that.
just like that.
Okay, think of a switch, job done. Emma, you and Pat are growing on a smaller scale,
yes,
which means you're also milling on a small scale. So yes. I would imagine it's more for artisan level production than industrial.
It is absolutely for artisan level. We don't intend to compete. We don't compete with the larger mills. The reason we actually have a market for our product is actually because the bakers are delighted with it. Not are they only happy to support local, but they're very happy to get something of a high quality.
Excellent. Okay, so we have the grower and the miller. So the next person I need to meet is not the candlestick maker, but the all-important baker. I'm going to rock in and talk to Sarah Richards, the woman behind Seagull Bakery here in Tramore, who I had to come and talk to after hearing her speak about the real bread movement.
Real Bread Ireland is to help spread the message, explain what real bread is and the difference between industrial bread and real bread. Bread is such a main staple in our diets, and people have been eating bread for thousands of years. This is just going back to the way it was done 100 years ago or 150 years ago in Ireland even, and across the world.
And are you finding then, you're clearly, as a baker, somebody willing to put their money where their mouth is, and you pay a higher price for something like Oak Forest Mills spelt flour, and then equally your customers, are people a little bit aghast at the cost?
Not particularly. We've had, I've been baking in Tramore for about 18 years, so people have come along the journey with me, and they can see we've an open bakery here, so they can see people working away, see the time and the pain and the exhaustion and everything that goes into it, how labour intensive it is, and it's all hands. It's a real craft.
My takeaway from meeting Emma and Sarah today is that for sure we need to look at all our food choices differently and step away from the big, commercially mass-produced items that we see on the shelves and go back to supporting those local food networks.